Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.
You about to get into some melanin and shit, bro?
Yeah, bro. I was about to take you guys on a little trip, dude.
You already told everybody that you was the black white supremacist.
The white black
black supremacist.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I love that shit, bro.
Yeah, you want to go on this little trip, dude?
You know I do.
Let's
I
do
stay
it
tripping,
then.
bro. You
Let's
saw I
go.
got the mushroom.
Oh,
Let's trip.
let's trip. Finish that mushroom though, so you
Ready?
can really trip.
I'm tripping. Oh, okay. I feel
All right,
so
guys.
trip.
Let's
Trip.
home.
Yeah. I'm tripping.
Nobody should be asked to handle this trip.
That's some heavy shit.
When you were tripping.
What I want to get into, bro, is we have talked about the spiritual essence of melanin. Let me turn this down real quick.
It sounds so good though. Those flutes, man. Oh my gosh. I feel like
they panning from left to right.
he about to get the serpent coming out the thing. Kundalini energy.
Man. You're serpent, fool. So, anyways, dude,
Not
I've been
his serpent. Ew. You're terrible.
damn. So I was looking at the at melanin, bro, and the I found this article. It was really interesting. It's from March 29, 2019, Isabelle Dumais, and it says heat treatment turns melanin into an electrical conductor.
Fire.
Right? So then I started thinking, I was like, all right, well, if heat turns melanin into an electrical conductor,
Melanin is an electrical conductor. Go
and
ahead.
fucking the sun is hot as a motherfucker, then I started thinking, wow, imagine how much electricity my friends can conduct that are darker than I am, right? So I started going through this and I was like, wow, that's fucking really cool, man. Let me see what this is all fucking about. So it says, researchers have succeeded in increasing the conductivity of eumelanin, the dark brown pigment that colors skin, hair, and eyes, to a record value of up to 318 seconds per centimeter, I believe is what that is, or something like that. By simply annealing it at high temperatures in a vacuum, the material could thus now be employed in a variety of melanin-based bioelectrics. Eumelanin is a form of melanin and conducts electricity, albeit weakly, in its natural state. Researchers first discovered that polyindolic pigment was a semiconductor in the 1970s. So they've known this for fucking years. You think about Frances Cress Welsing, and she wrote the ISIS papers and all that.
Right.
That's why she was already fucking hip to the game. You know what I mean?
Yep.
These educated people already had access to this shit. You know what I mean? It's just not being taught at lower school levels.
Censorship is like the modern day burning of books.
Exactly. And that's why they want everything to be digital, because they could just access that shit and change it. That's why it's so important to buy the physical copies, the hard copies of the books. You know what I mean?
That's why you be getting them classic
Man,
books.
yeah,
no,
bro.
And I have Frances Cress Welsling's book.
Yes.
The
You
ISIS
put me up
papers.
on that shit, bro. That's why I got it.
But what made me think of that is when you just said it, because remember when we covered this on the pod, but man, times change so fast. What's his name? Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon got shamed, bro, for referencing her book as his source.
Right.
And they pretty much made him apologize and take his video down and all kind of shit all over Frances Cress Welsling's research, bro.
Right.
So that just goes to show, bro, they can burn your book. Not physically, but digitally now.
For sure.
Like
Absolutely.
we can't even mention her. Or
Get rid of the footprint.
Source.
It doesn't exist
Shit's
anymore.
I mean, where's it
crazy.
go when you delete it? Where does it go?
Right. Just like a tree that falls when
Is
nobody's
is
there.
It gone? Is it there? Is it right? It's like it's definitely tough. So
Goes to the
like
Vatican.
you say, like right.
Yeah. So in this experiment, fool, it says they also suggested that the material might be used in biocompatible electronics, but unfortunately, and not for lack of trying, they have been unable to significantly improve the conductivity of either natural or synthetic eumelanin.
Have they?
Right. So we know this is bullshit, but how it's all proven, basically, this is the test right here. It shows everything. And what they get into, and I go down here, it says melanin, a greener route to enhance energy storage under solar light. Right? So they're applying this all over. So then I Google it, like, okay, so this is an energy transducer. Look how many things pop up, bro. physicsworld.com, heat treatment turns melanin into an electrical conductor. Researchgate.net, melanin as an energy transducer and a radio protector in black fungi. You're a black fungi. And fucking melanin.
Where do they extract it from? Would be my question.
Exactly. Where are they getting this shit from? Melanin, the what, the why, and the how. The electrical properties of melanin, a non-toxic photocatalyst for energy storage, bro. So it's obvious, bro. The more melanin you have, which is everybody in this room, including the DJ, than I do, you're going to be able to absorb the fucking sunlight and turn it into fucking electricity, into energy, bro. That's fucking crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, the sun is definitely going to give you power.
For sure. And you're able to absorb it, and not just absorb it. See, melanin is put out there as it deflects the sunlight. Melanin, it deflects sunlight.
Right.
Like, no, the fuck it doesn't.
Right.
The darker you are, you're a better working solar panel. You're like a fucking solar panel. You're absorbing this shit and you're turning it into fucking energy for yourself to use. Right? Whereas myself, I can do it on a smaller level, but my fucking, the solar cells that are my solar panel get burned out easier, bro. You see a fucking cheap ass solar panel, it's all fucking burned out. That's me, bro. You know what I mean?
Motherfuckers up on that melanin stuff.
Of course they are.
Situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got like the melanated people society, you got the melanated podcast, you got, you know, everybody know it. But back when people didn't know it though, like I say, I was telling Buck like last time with the you know, when we was coming up, it was the 90s and shit, so you had the Poor Righteous Teachers and, you know what I'm saying, the Arrested Development, you know, they spoke about shit like that. Yeah. So it kind of educated me early, even if I wasn't no religion. Like, you know, I mean, that shit, just like your third eye, you know, we been knew about that too. So it's like, it only depends on those, man. That's like you say, whoever gonna have the light to make it to the spot.
Yeah.
Those are the woke ones.
Right.
And I feel like, it's really a chosen few. Everybody can't be king, man.
You just said it, king. Remember when we was reading that scripture? Was it trip on this for, I think it was our last episode.
Yeah, 144,000.
Yeah, and it
Somebody
said
gotta
that.
be peasants and shit.
And
like,
plus it said you got to carry the cross, man. So that's the way I see it too, is like the darker the hue, the darker melanated the person, the more persecuted they are, you would say, throughout history. Like,
they
even
always
nowadays,
said that the blacker
like
the berry, the sweeter the juice.
And they get it. It seems like people are more inclined to say negative stereotypes about a dark-skinned person just off rip. I think that's a little bit of the crucifixion, is because, like he just said, damn, you're able to turn energy into, you know, you're able to turn sunlight into energy, you know what I mean? And I hate you because of that. I can't be you because of, you're just built differently than me, you know what I mean? So some people gonna hate on a darker hue because, you know, I hate you because I ain't you type.
So your analogy then for the crucifixion, right? For in this case, is what you're saying is like, because the melanated, the more melanin you have, the more ability you have. Not necessarily that automatically you have the Christ consciousness, but you have more of an ability to rise, to ascend it, to obtain it quicker and a faster level because of that energy flow. Right. And what you're saying is then, okay, as you rise above, as you rise to that, then there's a fucking the crucifixion would then be your struggle,
right,
on the planet, right, here on the surface,
right,
whether it be whatever it comes from, whatever it is. That's the struggles here,
totally,
as you face as a black man,
totally,
right, and that's the persecution.
That's what I've always understood it as, is like we're the alpha and the omega. So what comes with that is you could be the best of what humanity can offer, but also there's a flip side to that. You can be the worst of what humanity has to offer at the same damn time. You know what I mean? So you have to balance, be able to deal with that. Because just because you have the ability to turn energy or sunlight into energy, now how do you use that energy? Right. You know what I'm saying?
You have the power. And,
right.
And what's big about that point is that you pass along that power to your offspring, to your kids. generation after generation, and it just grows in intensity, and that's why they try to deflame it. That's why they try to get rid of it, because it's really deep. Like,
DNA,
you know, it's
yeah.
DNA. It's something that's instilled in you. You know, it's something that's like, damn, if you seen him, wait till it's like a horse. Oh, let's make this horse with this horse. Wait, what will we get? So it's kind of like that, and like you say, it's really a person's decision, and it was kind of like monogamy in a sense. And somebody said, how do we get to monogamy? And they said it was actually when they came and they got slaves in Africa. They seen this Africa with this big ass dick out, and he had 5, 6 women around him. They said, oh no, we can't have this. We got only can have one.
Good point.
And that comes from that power. It comes from just that energy from that sun, and how much you can soak it in, and how much sunscreen do you need.
They call it abundance. People
Yeah.
of the sun are people of abundance, you know, not people of scarcity, you know.
And apply that with the grounding. So, I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Facts.
So check this out, man. I found this. It says melanin is used. What's that? Fucking camera's in the way. Melanin is used in computer chips. Says pharmacist
Yeah,
Ben
I've heard
Fuchs.
this, yeah.
So kill that real quick, please, brother.
Melanin, pigment, right? Right. Is so unbelievable, George. They use it in computer chips now because it has an ability to transduce electrical energy. Can you imagine this? It has this incredible ability to hold on to and transduce and manipulate electrons, electronic energy, and photons, photonic energy. It's a fascinating molecule. Melanin, pigment, right? Right.
So basically, it just repeats right there, but that's what it says. So this is a doctor,
we gotta
bro.
look up where they're extracting the melanin from, because
Right?
it's just bugging me.
Hey.
Because he didn't even just say melanin; he said pigment, bro.
Exactly.
Go to your local black neighborhood morgue.
I know, Ronnie. That's why I don't want to.
Brother,
I don't wanna assume.
brother, you
I
don't
want us
think
to
I
look
would
it
left
up.
that out? You don't think I would leave that out, do you?
Where else the motherfuckers?
You don't think I
getting
wouldn't
from?
do all my job?
But I
man?
want to know what their explanation
AKA
is.
the guns in Chicago
When-
just came out of nowhere.
If I asked a scientist though, oh, that's great. You told me about where this melanin can do us good. Where are you guys getting the melanin from that you guys are using to do these studies? So they have to have a public answer, right? Just like they use baby fetuses and stuff, but they have an answer on when you ask them, hey, where the hell are these baby fetuses coming from? They probably would say they're from aborted fetuses, you know? So are they getting melanin from aborted fetuses too? Or
Yeah.
what's the
Absolutely.
scientific
Right.
answer?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm asking.
That's like trying to get a small grape from the vine before it's a full grape.
I love you, Ronnie.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got some of the nectar, but it wasn't a grape, nigga. It was a grape.
That part.
A grape. It was a grape.
It was a grape. It's shame on you. You didn't let him get to his fullest potential.
Let me
Like,
see the lighter, please.
you know?
Yeah.
Right.
See, that's why I throw these questions out. I know my questions be obvious sometimes, but they need to hear from you, Ronnie, and how you break
It's
it
just
down,
crazy,
bro.
man.
Shit.
When you think about it, though.
Hey, brother. Remember you brought up on the few episodes back, maybe 15 or so, you were doing organ harvesting,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And it looked
yeah. I
obviously
believe-
like
I
they were
believe that shit
targeting,
going on.
like they were targeting black kids, right? Remember, young girl, young men, young
Kanika
women.
Jenkins.
Check this out, bro. So I found this article because it continues about what I'm talking about with the melanin, right? What he's saying, where they getting the melanin, right? And you look at those movies like Get Out and shit like that, bro.
Right.
Believe me, bro. There's people paying top dollar for that shit,
There's some
dog.
shit
If it can
going
do what the
on.
fuck it does, bro, you believe me. Bill Gates is in line. Bill Gates' mother is a fucking eugenicist. You don't think he'll hesitate? This man will not hesitate to fucking bleed you dry of all your melanin and throw that shit in his
So
fucking
what you think-
microchip.
what
That
you
fool
think
inspired
about-
Who's
what
Your
you think
Daddy.
about
Come on, man.
I roasted him
blurring
too
out
bad.
the sun that long for.
Exactly.
That's what I've been saying. That's exactly what I'm getting to. Is like,
Yeah, you got
who is under attack, bro?
All
Who's
the-
under attack?
all
That's
the
what I was
stock.
saying.
Who the fuck is
Who's under
spraying the
attack?
skies, damn it?
And why though? And why?
Y'all made us make a whole
And why?
podcast about this shit, man. You
And
got
why?
on my
It's
nerves
'cause-
so much we manifested a whole podcast about this
But
shit.
why?
those are
The why
chemicals.
should be the question.
We know the why.
To stand. Who stands to benefit the most?
There
right?
you go.
Because if you and even fucking Desai can't fucking produce that energy that you need, you know what I mean? Dude, you know what happens to fucking black people, bro? If the sun is put out, you're gonna get rickets disease, bro. Do you know what rickets disease is? Your fucking bones will turn to fucking rubber, bro. That's a fucking fact. That's a fucking fact, bro. Because the vitamin D, your melanin, bro, will deflect so much of that shit, it doesn't have enough sun to fucking absorb it. It's not there anymore. Fuck the deflection. Remember, we've said that's not what it does. It absorbs. That's why they're blocking it out. There's nothing for you to absorb. That makes sense. That's who's under attack here, fool. The surface dwellers. There's surface dwellers. There's cave dwellers, right? And I believe that my ancestors, based on what I've seen, are cave dwellers, right? Subterranean.
It took us 1 year and 6 months to get here, but me and Emmett have had these discussions way before this podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
And I knew he was the realest motherfucking white dude I ever met because he was able to admit that shit to me, and we could have real conversations going forward after that.
Well,
and
because
he
it
would call
makes
himself
sense.
a cave dweller after that. Like,
Well, yeah, because it makes sense, right? It's like, okay, so if there's blacks and they got separated, right, and they were trapped during an ice age and they had to go to caves and subterranean fucking dwellings for like thousands of years, bro, they're gonna come out looking real weird, bro, like me. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what I think happened. If what they're saying is right, there's so many avenues. I mean, you could look at
they say
it.
the Caucasian man is only around 2,000 years old on the planet or something like
10,000. Yeah, it was like 10,000,
Okay.
and the blue eyes can all be fucking traced back to one fucking person. So, you know, I mean, it all ties in according to that. But back to what I'm saying, dude, about these fucking, look at these prices, dude. And this is lowballing because I'm sure it's a lot more. But this was at a biological resource center, and I believe this is one of the ones you brought up in Illinois, brother. Look at this: torso with head, $2,400; whole spine, $950; whole leg, $1,100; whole foot, $450; knee, $375; pelvis, $400.
I'm holding my knee right now. How
Bro.
much is that?
What do you think that human trafficking?
$375, man. Exactly, bro.
I don't buy
Exactly.
the cave theory, man. Had to be some alien intervention, man. They harvesting humans, man. They harvesting us.
Yeah, no.
And when you say human, you talking about the ones with the hue, the ones with the pigment that he was talking about. They harvesting, bro. So yeah, I think it's some alien intervention, bro. I ain't gonna put it on y'all as a white constituency.
So what y'all think?
No, I don't know what's going on. There could be a million things. I've think too about
What's
like
that?
when you look at the Anunnaki and you look at like when they talk about the race being created, you know, if you were creating a race to mine gold for you on a planet, you would create different models, right? You'd be like, all right, these fucking pale motherfuckers, I'm gonna put them up in snowy regions and I'm gonna have their hair grow like long and shit to keep them like blankets and shit so they're warm up there. You know what I mean? The darker ones, I'm gonna give them hair that allows their fucking the heat from their skull to aerate, because you know how the heat from your body goes from your feet to your fucking head. That's why you always see the football players with the fucking when they take their helmet off in cold weather, that steam's coming off and shit.
You guys are really getting into his theory.
So then it can
I've heard
fucking
this.
it can aerate. You know what I mean? So you have all these different models that have been created to do different functions for God.
Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.